Justin Baldoni has responded to Blake Lively's motion to dismiss, claiming the MeToo law doesn't apply to Blake Lively's fabricated harassment claims.
I believe she is misusing it, let's call it, in order for a underlying agenda and a fight that she picked that probably she regrets picking.
Still leading the win.
Yes, I do. I do think he's leading the win, and I will repeat, this is a fight that Lively probably did not understand how much it has exploded beyond her control.
Blake Lively's Touches Me Too claim has just run into serious legal trouble. Justin Baldoni isn't merely denying the accusations. He's firing back with evidence, including texts, transcripts, and a fierce countersuit alleging Lively manipulated the movement for personal gain and control. With Ryan Reynolds now being mentioned as a potential co-conspirator, the entire narrative is starting to unravel. What began as a powerful accusation is quickly turning into a high-stakes Hollywood implosion.
Allegations of SH, either with wholesale or by exaggerated benign and not harassing interactions, in a concerted malicious effort to seize control of the film and later restore her reputation after a well-publicized series of marketing missteps that sullied her reputation.
It all began when Blake Lively shocked Hollywood with a lawsuit that sent tremors through the entertainment industry. She accused her co-producer, Justin Baldoni, of misconduct during the development of a film once hailed as a bold, inclusive, and creative collaboration. In her legal filing, Lively invoked the powerful language and imagery of the MeToo movement, casting her allegations as part of a wider fight against systemic abuse and unchecked male authority in Hollywood. She portrayed Baldoni as a predator who used his influence to foster a hostile and uncomfortable work environment. The media, hungry for the next major reckoning in Tinseltown, pounced on the story, but Baldoni didn't retreat. He didn't quietly disappear under the weight of what could have been a career-ending scandal. Instead, he launched a fierce legal counterattack, one that didn't just refute Lively's claims, but methodically tore them apart. In his countersuit, Baldoni delivered a trove of receipts, messages, transcripts, and digital exchanges that flipped the script entirely. While Lively had positioned herself as the victim, Baldoni's legal team painted a very different picture, one of manipulation, strategy, and personal ambition. According to the newly filed court documents, Baldoni's defense hinges on a startling accusation that Lively's lawsuit wasn't about justice, but control. His lawyers argue she weaponized the Me Too movement not to protect herself or others, but to push him out of the project after creative disagreements arose. When Baldoni pushed back on certain production decisions, they claim Lively saw Adawi's opportunity to sideline him permanently by casting him in the most damning light imaginable.
Text messages and the full threads, right? Because there were things left out in her threads, in her quote-unquote complaint, that doesn't have a showing that she also participated in the banter, right? So it has to be, one of the elements for sexual harassment in California is that it was unwelcome.
The evidence laid out in Baldoni's legal filing is both extensive and compelling. A months-long thread of text messages between him and Lively reveals a tone of professional respect and collaboration, a dynamic that appears anything but hostile. The messages show moments of friendly banter, mutual enthusiasm for the project, and even emails from Lively expressing gratitude for Baldoni's creative input. These documented interactions sharply contradict her claims of ongoing discomfort and tension on. Baldoni's legal team argues that these communications don't just weaken Lively's allegations, they expose a calculated attempt to rewrite the past. As their working relationship began to deteriorate, the countersuit alleges Lively pivoted, using the emotional and cultural weight of the Me Too movement to sway public perception and gain leverage in a legal setting. By doing so, the filing claims She transformed a movement built to protect the vulnerable into a tactical weapon for personal and professional advantage. If these claims hold up in court, the consequences could ripple far beyond the two stars at the center of the storm. This isn't just a celebrity standoff. It's a case that touches on the very foundation of justice and
47.1 I want to go back to. This communications made with, as stated in civil section 47.1, communications made without malice, further provide that this section shall only apply to an individual that has or at any time a reasonable basis.
So at the center of this intensifying legal battle is California's Section 47, a relatively recent statute enacted in the wake of the MeToo movement. Designed to serve as a legal shield, it protects individuals who speak out about harassment and misconduct, as long as their claims are made in good faith and without malice. It's a powerful tool grounded in justice, accountability, and the need to safeguard those who bravely come forward. Here's how. Under Section 47.1, during the early stages of litigation, the court must assume that all factual allegations presented by the defendant, in this case, Justin Baldoni, are true. It's a procedural safeguard meant to help the court determine whether a case has enough merit to proceed. But this standard can cut both when the accused responds with a compelling, well-documented narrative, complete with texts, emails, and a coherent timeline that challenges the original claims. The courtroom dynamic shifts dramatically. If Baldoni's filing provides enough credible evidence to suggest that Lively acted with malice or lacked a reasonable basis for her accusations from the start, the protection she sought under Section 47.1 could be revoked.